A very good afternoon to my viewers today. I believe you are doing well. Today we are talking about politics, not in the way you think. We have political analysts all over in YouTube, on TV. If you watch TV every day, there are political analysis. This is what happened today and this is what it means. There's so much of news about politics. Of course, it's getting deeper by the day. The election is 9th of August, all of us know that. But every month, as we get closer to the election, we'll be talking so much about who is going to win, who is going to lose. I know you have done that analysis, you have the figures. People are doing this thing about regions. This guy has this guy has this on the national level. On the county level as well, and also on the constituency level, on the ward level, there are people who are speculating this guy will win, this one will not. But today I would not like to focus so much of who is going to win and who is going to lose. Today I would like to talk about business. I know there are so many people out there. If you scroll today in your social media, people are abusing each other every day. Today I want to say you don't need to abuse other people. You don't need to be a hater online against the side you are not winning. But then I would like to say this. Politics is a game. If you are the way we have Manu and Arsenal, people don't fight when Liverpool loses or something of the sort. You need to look at politics that way. We need to be brothers and sisters. We are spreading a message of peace. Today we are talking about businesses you can start in this election year. But I would like to first say my name, Reuben Kimani. I may forget to do that. Welcome to my channel. Today we do this every 2 weeks on Friday. Come and talk and see what we have to offer. I base it on my experience, research I have done. I have a lot of research in my iPad today. I may not follow it, but I do research to understand trending topics, topical issues, especially issues to do with business, and I share with you. I also talk about life especially to my young people based on my experience. I believe there are people who can take way shorter time to do bigger things that I'm doing today if they were listen to experiences of people like me. There's so many out there in YouTube, in TV, and many influencers today who share stuff like this. Please listen to them. You don't need to learn, or you don't need to learn from your own mistakes only. A wise person learns from other people's mistakes as well. That's how you move faster. Today we are talking about businesses you can start in an election year. Please go along with me. I'll take the shortest time possible, preferably, but I want to give you an idea. But I want to report this. You may expect breakthrough, earthquake. Those are the words we are using today. We may expect volcano kind of ideas that I want to share today. I'll surprise you, I don't have such. And also want to report today, this is like breaking news. Do you know you can start any business you want this year, regardless of whether there is election or not? So the ideas I'm going to share today are not earth-breaking. No, they are not. I'm just trying to focus on those ideas that I know are more specific to an election. Those ideas or business ideas that I believe you can make so much money at this time more than any other period in the years to come. But you can start any business you want, regardless of whether there is COVID, whether there is election or not. You start it in a small way to keep growing. Post-COVID, post-election, this business can become a unicorn. A unicorn is a billion-dollar brand, and we have them in the world. Actually, we want, and that's one of the objectives of this channel. I would like a situation where we have many billion shilling businesses in Kenya and also in Africa. That's why we have Facebook of this world. We have Amazon. They are trillion shilling companies. Why are we not able to do that in Africa? That's one of the reasons we do this channel, to motivate other young people. Imagine how much you can do in 10 years. For those people who are younger than me, like 10 years, 15 years, how much more can you do if you are to imply or to implement some of these ideas? So like I said, you don't need to, as you scroll social media, the comments, you don't need to hate. There are many cool, genuine ways where you can be able to make a living and benefit from the political situation. Most of us are so pessimistic about the situation in our country. I don't want to say I live outside this country. I know there's corruption, there's poverty levels, There are many problems that we encounter as people of this country, and we have a right to come out and talk about them. But I am an optimist. I'm somebody, a cautious optimist. I'm somebody who look at things and ask myself, where can I be able to benefit from this setback? The way things are, there are many ideas, especially our young people can do today. I'll start by a story. Before I give you the so many ideas, I have like 10 of them. I list them very fast. In 2007, we remember 2007 because of the contested elections, right? But in 2007, I was in that year in the university. I graduated in 2008. I approached my member of parliament, then he won actually, and I'll tell young people to do this. He won. I approached him before he won, and that time social media and the website were not the in thing. So I told him for him to have a professional outlook. This is what I I think maybe convinced him. He need to have a website. Those time websites were not the in thing like today when every aspirant has a website, especially on the national, the county and the MP level and women rep and senators and such. So I convinced him and he agreed. Of course, it took time visiting him, looking for appointments, and he gave me a contract of 25,000 to make a website. In 2007, I was in that year. Imagine, 25,000 shillings. That was a lot of money for me. I was very young then. You can imagine how many years have passed since then, and I was able to make that. I just focused on the opportunity at hand, and I made it. The guy won the elections, and for the next 5 years, since 2007 to 2013, I made this is like Kipia West by then. I made the website, and every month, as a young person, I was being paid 5 months to maintain the website, to upload content and stuff like that. Of course, that website was being used to communicate to the general public, the constituency, about the developments that are going on. It was also documenting, and it is something. I later made the Laikipia County website, the first government, and then I don't think the current version is what it is today. But I made money for the next 5 years. Young people out there, let me give you some statistics. In 2007, that's why I have an iPad today. In 2007, 2017, sorry, this is the statistics we have. The governors, you have 47 of them, they were using 100 million shillings. The senators were using 35 million shillings, the women left 22.8 million, MPs 18.2 million, and MCAs 3.2 million. In that overall, that period of elections in Kenya, you need to have money. Not just in Kenya, even in the US, all over the world, you need money. Imagine how much money is out there for young people to look for ideas, specific ideas, and need something that you can convince an aspirant today and make a business out of it. And some of these business can go way above. I know I've spoken so much about the background of this topic for me to give you information, for me to tell you that there are things that you can be able to do. What are these ideas? I'll go very, very fast. Some of them you expect them, and the first one I have here is sound and sound system and PA systems. For politics, you have to be visible. I know these are not a political analysis or science session, but you have to be visible. It's like marketing, the way we aggressively market the brand of username investment. You have to be visible. The one who shouts the loudest is most likely the one who will be heard in the ground. And that's why they have to make visits every weekend, every day, in churches, in gatherings, in markets, everywhere. So PA system, and of course you'll see them with them, is one of the tools that is being used. Imagine how many aspirants we have in this country, in all corners, even in Wajir, the farthest corner of the country, young people there and people who are in business, not just young people. These are ideas that can be taken advantage by anyone who wants. PA and PA system, a good example is that you need 50,000 to start this business. This is a very, on the basic minimum. It can run to millions depending on what you are doing down there. Of course, this is some capital that you have to look for. You can approach MCAs, you can approach MPs, women reps, and all these kind, depending on how these guys want project. Number 2, we have private security. Of course, you have government security, our soldiers, our APs, our police and stuff like that. But there's also private security, and on average, you need a license of 35,000. Others cost like 20,000. You also need a good conduct and some few things like boots, trousers, shirts. Basically, you do a small business plan to be able to start this. This is also an opportunity. You can imagine, like I said, how many aspirants do we have? Number 3, we have MCing. There are many people who have this skill. We have been looking for MCs as corporates. There are those you can see in our pages. Like tomorrow, we have an open day in Nakuru. We'll have Slipe Devi, a very popular MC in our country and a comedian as well. We have Ticha Wanjiko as well. You know those guys. You can also, on the lowest level, be an MC to these politicians. This guy is a capability to bring people together, pull them together, communicate a message, and keep the crowd engaged. There are people who may not be comedians like the one I've mentioned, uko mashinani, and you can actually approach. And let me say this, you need, as a young person, people have skills, capabilities, they don't know how to market themselves. You need to market yourself. Go out there, look for these people, be aggressive, and also like be sharing this, that our politicians are known, and not just in Kenya. They are known to be people, they say politics is a dirty game. There are people who have never been paid. I'm cognizant of that fact, and there are people who will shy away because I've never been paid. And these people don't pay. There's a way I'll tell you to manage these things. You need contracts, you need to be paid up front and stuff like that for you to ensure you manage that risk. Don't shy away from an opportunity because there's a risk. What you need to do is to know how to manage that particular risk. We are in number 4, MCing on the smallest level. Approach them, try your skills. Do you know after August of this year, actually you may discover a skill that you have that you did not know. This is a testing ground, and you make a little money here and there. Our young people are going out there looking for jobs, and this is an opportunity. Be an aggressive person looking for opportunities. If you are aggressive, by the way, if you are a driven young person, know that you can always get a job. You just need to keep working, to keep looking. Fine-tune your marketing skills. And I'm not talking about being a diploma holder. No, I'm talking about capability to showcase your skill. To tell someone, I can be able to do this. You need to be confident. Try, and you can be able to do it. We go to number 4. Digital management and consulting, just like what I did. I developed a website for Laikipia West MP in 2007. I was in that year, and you can do the same. Do you know you have such skills? Digital marketing, and it's a big thing right now. Unlike in 2007. How many years are those? Those are like 15 years ago. Imagine. How big is it now? Do you know from MCA, MP, women rep, senator, governor, and the president, these people need social media presence. They need a website, they need a Facebook page, Instagram. How much will it cost you to know how to create an Instagram page? You can go to YouTube and learn how to manage these things. Know that, and most people who know how to manage, they learn it online. There are people who are offering these master classes, and you can be able to do the same. All these people need all these pages, and you can guide them in it. Go to an MC, convince them that they need social media presence, a WhatsApp group for that, a Facebook group, and so many things. Go with a package, it has to be convinced, and you have to offer value. You don't just want to make money out of nothing. You need to go with them and offer value. Even in our business and even in life, for you, money follows value. Money follows solutions. You need to first solve a problem that exists. You need to give value to someone. You need to show them that you're exposing them to their electorate, to the people who need to vote for them in WhatsApp groups, and you need to be a wise person. Most people who need to, you just need to be driven. You don't need to have the right attitude to be able to take advantage of these opportunities. Imagine how many Facebook, WhatsApp groups, Instagram pages that need to be created during this season. and not just creating, is running with them. If you go to our Facebook page today, we have more than 400,000 followers. One of actually the biggest in real estate in Kenya. Also in the region, you'll find that every day we post 3 times at a certain time with key messages, depending on what we think our population in Kenya, what people need to see, what people need to know. Because we, as you may think we are only selling plots, but you're also creating awareness about real estate in Kenya. That's why we are doing this. I'll tell you about title deed processing. These politicians need the same. Do you know you don't need to run for political office for you to be able to take advantage of opportunities? Before I forget, I need to say that. You don't need to run for MCA. You don't need to run for an MP to take advantage of these opportunities. I'm convinced there's another way of doing it. You can start a business. You can also be able to learn your own skill. You can take advantage of this opportunity. People who are willing to do that. I'm also know not everyone who is watching me today and who watch these live videos is interested in changing themselves. There are people who will tell you, no, I don't want to be rich. I don't want to be comfortable in life. I'm talking about 20% of the people who didn't want to change their life. And that's why you are watching this video today. So we were at number 5, we are at number 6, we have photography and videography. This is very clear, I may not need to explain. You have seen every politician when they post in social media, they need good photos to show the masses. Actually, the way they take it is to show how big the people, the crowds who came for their rallies. It is taken in a certain, we need to have those skills. Like I said, the particular needs of the business that you have to start to be able to give value will force you to do research. You can do it online. This information is available to anyone. In the Bible says, seek and you'll find. Knock and the door will be open to you. You have to knock, you have to seek. It can't be open to you if you don't knock. A good example, a rate card for professional photography ranges between 10,000 to 100,000 per day. I've hired some and we hire them in the organization, and this is money that can be made. You have to show that you'll give value for someone to agree. We go to this is number 6. You have bulk SMS and emails. This is something that have been there for 20 years of business. I wanted to start at the beginning. These days, and I believe some people are receiving WhatsApp messages, bulk SMS, they broadcast to be able to catch people's attention. And you can be able to do this. You don't need a lot of money. Actually, you can partner with people who have the platforms. In business, the most important thing is selling. I'll say that for a fact. If you are not selling, you are not in business. The most important thing is to convince someone that they need your product or your service. And one of the ways to reach customers is through SMS. And you can get the customer. These are politicians who need these services. Connect them with the platform. Not every politician out there is experienced enough to know where to get this service. Some of them are even struggling. And you come with a good rate, and you can, aggressive young people will go out there. They'll be having their business cards going out there. Like I said, don't be afraid that someone will not pay you. Ensure they pay you upfront. I'll not stop saying this. We go to number 7 is printing business. And one of the things about this season is t-shirts. And some of those t-shirts, I remember someone talking about those very old t-shirts. If you want to show a t-shirt is old, you talk about those very old political parties t-shirts. I don't want to mention them. Those which were there in 2007, people go to sleep with them. Those t-shirts, they go to farm with them. You know those t-shirts I'm talking about. They are for this season. A t-shirt costs 150 shillings, but if you put the aspirant name and a political message, maybe we have bottoms up, for example. We also have 6,000 for Azimio. Every politician has key messaging. If you do that, you can sell that t-shirt for more than 300 shillings, for double the price, up to 500 shillings. That's the cost. That is entrepreneurship. You buy, you look for a deal somewhere, and let me insist, you don't need to be the person who owns the machinery. who own the t-shirts. No, you can bring these aspirants on board and look for someone who can do the work for you. Maybe you can make 100 shillings per t-shirt. How many t-shirts will be printed this time? That is t-shirts alone. Come to posters. One of my friends do this business, and this time they are so engaged. Posters, millions of them will be done. Who is going to do that work? You can take advantage. Like I said, you don't need to own big machines. You just need to bring someone on board. You can be a marketer as well, and someone in town will do the work. You just need to be someone who can deliver value. We go to number 8, car hire business. Cars are being used everywhere across the country, but you may be afraid you'll not be paid. Then me repeat again for the third paid time. Ensure you are paid upfront. You can also sell water during rallies. One of the things I found today, and something that was forwarded, I have not checked whether it is true or false. We have a heat wave in the country because of greenhouse gases and stuff like that. Global warming is real. That's how it affects. Even right now, I'm feeling warm. You can sell water during these rallies. Branding water these days is not difficult. Like I said, you don't need to have the factory. You just need to work with someone. Bring the business. They do. You can partner with people, and we do that in real estate a lot. You go how much water can be consumed in these rallies as long as people pay you up front. And I'm not saying people, if I say especially for our young people, they are called Generation Z. Those who are, I think, less than, is it 30 years or so, or 25 years? These people don't understand some things. What I'm not saying you go hawking. If that's the only thing you can do, go do the hawking. You'll make money out of it. And maybe majority of Kenyans are doing that. Go hawking if you must do that. But you can also have a structured mechanism of doing this business. You come with your car there, follow this. Some people in these political rallies, let me shock you, they are not there to support the candidate you see there. They are there for business, either PA, they are doing marketing for these people. They are selling, you follow them, and people will buy that water. It looks risky because these crowds are sometimes, they are dispersed by police. You just need to manage yourself. Ask yourself, how best can I be able to take advantage of these opportunities and manage the risks that are there? Don't shy away from this. Manage them. We go to number 10. We have event planning, rallies, meetings, night meetings. They do happen. There are so many secretive meetings. I'm talking about rallies and events. From the MCA, you have so many MCA. I look at that ballot paper. It will be full. It will be like an exam. All these people need your services. Go and approach them. They need people to organize these rallies, even on the mashinani level. If you can do it on the national level, you have capacity, approach them. They have tents, they have PAs, all these things you can do. You can become a social media influencer. There are people I watch these days for analysis. I'll not mention them. There are people you know for politics, especially in bloggers. We know in both sides of the political divide, people who are influencers, and they have done this for so many years. You don't wake up and become an influencer. I have to say this. But you can start now during this political season. There are people analyzing politics in YouTube, and they have so many followers. As long as you do a nice job, then you advertise, and companies advertise there and they make money. You have Google ads as well. People make good money every month. You can start now. You may not be able to make a 6-figure income immediately, but if you start now, you may get impetus. You may get people to be able to watch based on the topics. Of course, people are looking at these figures, who will win, those, they do analysis. The other things you can also do as well to be able to gain followers. The business of influencing is about followers. If there's a way you can get them, you can make business. I'm not saying this is the only time you can do it. You can start anytime, but this time around, you have a higher chance of succeeding because of the activities in the political scene. We go to number 11. You can do graphic design, ICT services. Every of those posters, you see those billboards, they will be designed by someone, and there are so many. I believe graphic designers, because I don't think there are so many not just in this country. This is a particular skill, and you can teach yourself. They'll be extremely busy from one politician to another trying to offer these services. You can train yourself. If you have that skill, and there are people who have been sleeping somewhere, You can actually try and realize you are very good in it. And also ICT services as well, graphic design, a website design like I did myself. Try it. And other things that I have not mentioned today. There are things you can see in this. Please try today. Yesterday I posted something and I said, you have two options. And you have to choose your hard. You have the option of regretting or failing. Of course, both people have tried. You have the option of regretting or failing. You have to choose one hard and you have to make the right choice. You'd rather fail rather than regret, because most people are not trying because they don't want to be seen to be starting from the bottom. And that's why, especially our young people, you want to start big, the way you see username, the way you see Safaricom. No. We started so small and no one cared about us, and you have to start there for you to be successful. So try today. I have number 14 here. There are people who are doing ad buying, booking advertising spaces because they are needed by these politicians. You can do the same. Then number 15, I have so many of these ideas. I might spend so much time. You can become a strategist. We have so many graduates in this country. I'll shock you. I think we have more than 50 people, young people who graduate every year from an university. One thing about universities, they don't necessarily teach technical skills. If you are a software developer, they'll teach you the principle because they want to invigorate your mind. They want your mind to grow. That's why you do those assignments, very difficult ones. And in this political season, do you know you can become a strategist? You don't need to be a political scientist. You need somebody who research. Actually, university teaches you. That's why it's university, universal. It teaches you to understand the world, such that, and not very fast, such that you can pick any area today and run with it. I did computer science today. I do real estate so well. And I may not do computer stuff again, because university teaches you to open your mind. I'm speaking to young people. It teaches you that you can be able to learn any other thing, so you can become a strategist. Strategists are also needed in business, and that's why there are night meetings. They know if you do this, you need to cover this area. Strategy is about planning. You come up with what is it required for me to succeed. Then you ask yourself, what are the action points that need to be carried at the whole duration? We have until August 9. Then the last thing is about resources. What resources do I need and where are they going to come from? You have to be very specific. You can become a strategist for this politician from MCA level all the way to the president, depending on what you can be able to access today. Be as aggressive as you can. Try to look for these people. I did it myself and I would do it again if I was in a similar position, especially if I was looking for a job. If you're in a much higher position, much higher capacity, you can even do more on the highest level. I believe this video is important, but before I finish, and please, before I forget, please remember to subscribe to our channel as well. There's like a bell icon that you need to click there so that you keep being notified when you go live, especially in YouTube. When we go live and we post something like this, people also, please tell us, and we are engaging you. What business ideas can we implement? We don't want people to come commenting here, abusing each other. We are not asking about which political party you are supporting or not. That may not help our young people. We will be helped by looking at things differently, trying to see which opportunities we can take advantage of as business people, as people who have ideas, as people who have talents. You can be a graphic designer, musician, a comedian, an MC. This is your time to showcase those skills. The world Kenyan election time presents you an opportunity to do that. Please don't go abusing people online, commenting vulgar. I go check there. Even as an employer, sometimes we check these comments. Then you are amazed how somebody can be abusive. You did not know them that way. Moderate your language. We need peace in this country. We need to treat each other well. That politician you are abusing is so far away, you'll never meet him, by the way. But you need that brother you are abusing, because when you get sick, that is the person who is going to take you to the hospital. That is the person who will tell you there's a job in username investment. That's the person you will need when you get married. If you're married, you have kids at night. If you are in problems, those are the people who will help you. Those people you are abusing online, that politician may not see you, is not your friend. They'll actually do a handshake and shake hand with your competitor and utawachwa kwa mataa. Let's not focus on that. Let's focus on what we can gain as normal people, as business, as young people from this electioneering period. I believe you have gathered a few things. But before then, finally, let me say this. Politics is a dirty game, like I said from the beginning, and you are afraid these people will not pay you. There are people who have transacted with government, especially county government. They have never been paid. I have two friends in that category. This is how you have to mitigate these risks. Number one, be paid upfront. If somebody is saying they'll pay you later, wachana naye. Number two, ensure you do your business mathematics well so that you make profit in the heat of the moment. And the politicians are smart people. They can confuse you. You use your money and you are not making. Ensure you do your math well. Make a small profit. It is okay. And the last thing, get contracts, watertight contracts. Some people will sign contracts with politicians. They have been doing MOU and they don't meet them. Right now, they change the law. They have to deposit these coalition agreements with the political parties, this Political Parties Act. But they have been doing MOU and they don't keep them. Get watertight contracts that can be implemented. If it can be long-term, then better. One of the things that I know, if I can get like 1,000 young people following me here, doing all manner of things, you had not thought you can start something, but you can start today. Like I said also, you can start any other business that has nothing to do with election time. Start now, go on slowly. And some of these businesses, I'm talking about 1,000 young people, do you know they'll become permanent business even after elections? And you can learn many things that way. That was my contribution today. Please tell us other businesses we can start this election time for the benefit of thousands of young people who follow this channel. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, and I think we'll end there. Thank you so much for being with me for these how many minutes? These are like 35 minutes. I believe you have benefited. God bless you and all the very best. Please remember to keep peace as well.